Hi, my name is Cal Mitchell, founder of SQL Pipe. This video introduces Albatross, a SQL Server to Postgres migration tool. Albatross works in parallel with Babelfish, a Postgres extension from Amazon that allows it to understand SQL Server queries. Since Babelfish is open source, you can actually use Babelfish anywhere, not just on AWS. However, I am a big fan of their Aurora database. Albatross has three key features that make this process easier and safer. First, Albatross automatically catches up your Postgres database to your source SQL Server database without having to do any clunky and error-prone manual transfers. Second, once Postgres has caught up to SQL Server, Albatross can cut your clients over from SQL Server to Postgres with zero downtime. Yes, that's right, with zero downtime. Third, Albatross can detect and log any differences in query results between SQL Server and Postgres. We encourage you to run this feature for an extended period of time before making the final switchover so that you have confidence Postgres is behaving in the way that your clients expect. The benefit of migrating in this way is that you get the immediate financial benefit of adopting the open source Postgres and Babelfish technologies without having to change all of your other code first. Then, once you've made that initial migration, you can continue integrating further into the vast Postgres ecosystem. If you would like help with this migration, we also offer professional services to help you get it right the first time. If you'd like to see a technical demo, check out the video linked in the video description. But for now, let's discuss how Albatross works at a high level. First, you must deploy a computer running Albatross. It's best to run it on a Windows host, but it can actually run on any operating system. You can also deploy it anywhere, so it's possible to run it on-prem to migrate to the cloud, or run it on a cloud-based VPC to migrate providers. Next, you need to create schema generation code using SQL Server Management Studio. Then, Albatross runs Compass on that DDL code, a tool from Amazon that scans your code and tells you what you need to change for it to be compatible with Babelfish. Once you have that report, you can break the work out into stories or tickets and start assigning them to engineers or DBAs. Don't worry, you get as many tries at this as you want to make those changes. Next up is where the magic of Albatross starts. Albatross publishes an endpoint and instructs you to point all of your SQL Server clients at that endpoint. It then proxies all traffic sent to that endpoint directly to SQL Server. If you perform a rolling update here, this will result in zero downtime. Once all of your clients are pointing at Albatross's proxy endpoint, the process of automatically catching up Postgres to SQL Server begins. This catch-up process uses a specialized version of our original product's technology, SQL Pipe. It uses a creative combination of transactions and concurrency control to ensure that your databases are exactly equal at the end of the process. Once the catch-up is complete, Albatross begins sending all incoming queries to both databases. The two databases are identical at this point and are being sent the same queries at the same time in the same order. For most intents and purposes, they can be considered logically equivalent. However, Albatross continues to respond to clients with the answers supplied by the original SQL Server database, just to be on the safe side. And that brings us to maybe my favorite part about Albatross, the fact that it allows you to ensure that Postgres is giving you the same answers and behaving in the same way as SQL Server. To do this, once the catch-up process is complete, Albatross logs all incoming queries to a CSV file. It also logs the responses to that query from both SQL Server and Postgres, and whether those responses were identical or not. We highly recommend letting this process run for at least a day and inspecting the CSV in Excel or with a Python script to see if there are any meaningful differences between the two database responses. You can run this process in Albatross as long as you need and analyze the CSV any way that you want to make sure that your new Postgres database is a valid replacement for the old one. Albatross is available now, and we offer service packages to help you complete your migration on time and on budget. Contact my team by going to sqlpipe.com or emailing info@sqlpipe.com. Thank you.